Imagine this, you step onto the pitch, the ball at your feet, the weight of the moment pressing down on your shoulders. You've trained for this, right? But here's the brutal truth, no matter how hard you've trained, if your mindset is not sharp enough to slice through every bit of self-doubt, every bit of pressure, every bit of complacency, your skills are going to fail you. And that is the real battle, and that is where the Mamba mentality comes in. Now, Kobe Bryant was not just a basketball legend, he was a mindset warrior. His mindset is a playbook that every footballer, including you, needs to study. Because at the end of the day, it is not just about what you do with the ball, it is about how you think, how you prepare, how far you are willing to push yourself when no one else is watching. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Bowden. I'm a mental performance coach to professional football players, mainly at Premier League and Championship level. I'm also the best-selling author of the book, Use Your Brain, Raise Your Game. So do make sure that you subscribe to the channel to take your game to the next level. But today, we are unlocking Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality, what it means to footballers like you, and more importantly, how adopting it can be your game changer. Now let's start with obsession. Now, Kobe Bryant didn't just train to be good. He trained to dominate. It wasn't just about showing up and going through the motions. It was about obsessing over the smallest details day in and day out. Now, here's a question. Do you have the same obsession? Think about it. Are you consistently and constantly improving, or are you coasting at what you're already good at? Now look at Messi, De Bruyne, all are great players, and they aren't just skilled, they are relentless in their pursuit of mastery. And for Kobe, it was a non-negotiable to spend hours reviewing footage of himself and of his opponents, analyzing those tiny details. Right now, I want you to ask yourself, what one part of your game is lacking? And I want you to drop that in the comments. And by you adding that into the comments, it is a commitment, because this is where improvement starts. It starts with awareness and being truthful to yourself. Once you've got that, here's how you can now apply Kobe's obsession to your football career. Now, firstly, create a plan. Pick a specific weakness, your weaker foot. Maybe it's tactical awareness. Maybe it's your stamina, and build measurable objectives around them. Tracking your progress. Maybe you're reviewing your match footage, or you're taking mental notes after every session. And here, be your own biggest critic to finding ways of moving forward. Now, the next one is a big one. Are you ready to train hard when nobody else is watching? So let's talk discipline. Now, we've all heard the stories about Kobe's infamous 4 a.m. workouts, and these weren't just for him to get ahead. He did this to prove something, prove to himself. And discipline for you means consistency. It's all about the grind, even when you're exhausted, demotivated, or in a slump. Think about a player like Cristiano Ronaldo. It is not just his insane talent that has kept him at the top for so long. It is his discipline, his diet, recovery, his sleep. Everything is regimented, because discipline is what elevates talent, is what separates good from great. And here's a challenge for you. Can you stay disciplined when the excitement is gone? When you're tired, when you're sore, you're mentally drained? Can you still show up? Now, to do this, prioritize consistency. Get to the pitch early, stay late, train when everyone else is packed up, when everyone else has gone home, there's no eyes on you. This is where the magic happens. And then build routines. Structure your week, your training, your rest, your nutrition, down to the very finest details. Success is not random. It is built from routine. So are you willing to make the hard choices? Because greatness does not come from comfort. It comes from sacrifice. And now, let's get real. No one likes to talk about failure, but Kobe, he embraced it. When he failed high-profile shots, he did not shy away. He spent the off-season working like a man possessed on what he failed at. And for a footballer, mental resilience is the ability to use failure as fuel. Missed a penalty, got benched. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your comeback. Look at players like Mohamed Salah. He struggled at Chelsea at the beginning of his career, but he refused to accept failure. He came back stronger. He redefined himself, and now he's one of the best in the world. And just take a second now. Close your eyes. Think of a recent failure. And do it. Do it now. Close your eyes. Think of something that didn't go according to plan. As you think of that moment now, what if instead of feeling defeated, you turned that moment into your fire? Embrace failure as feedback. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity, and adapt a growth mindset. Your football journey isn't a straight line. Every failure is a stepping stone, a necessary part of your growth. Kobe did not avoid failure. He used it, and so can you. Finally, let's talk about Kobe's work ethic. He wasn't just talented, he outworked everyone. N'Golo Kante is another example of this. He runs more, trains harder, pushes himself beyond what anyone else asks of him. That's the mentality you need to adopt. And here is what you need to embody this. Push beyond your comfort zone. If your coach tells you to do 5 sprints, do 7. Demand more of yourself than anyone else demands of you. And find your why. What drives you? Whether it's a league title, a starting spot, or playing for your country. Find it, hold on to it, and let it fuel everything that you do. Now let's look at the real takeaway here. The Mamba mentality isn't just for basketball. It is a blueprint for football greatness. Discipline, obsession, resilience, a ruthless work ethic. And if you can commit to these traits, you won't just compete, you are going to dominate. And now it is your time to ask yourself the real question. Are you ready to embrace this grind? And if you're serious about leveling up your game, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and be a great teammate and share this video with them.